But as far as what today is going to look like, it is singles battles. It is single eliminations as well. But to make sure that every participant actually gets a chance to play Pokemon more than once today, there is going to be a drop-down bracket. So what does that mean? Drop-down bracket means that the losers of the quarterfinals and semifinals will get to fight each other to be able to place. So everybody's going to get placed today, and there will be there will be awards at the end of the tournament. Not just the Tall David Tournament Championship belt, but also 3 other awards for fan favorite team name, fan favorite team theme, and fan favorite team member. Excuse me. The rules that all of our participants are going to be following today. For the battle rules, there will be a 10-minute timer for each battle, and turn timers will be turned on. This is just to make sure that we don't sit here watching a stall fest for 30 minutes. All participants will be following rules of etiquette of my Twitch and Discord. There will be no Dynamaxing, as the format we are using literally just doesn't allow it, so those have been banned for today. If a competitor disconnects from the battle for any reason during their match before it ends, their opponent gets to choose if they want to rebattle, or if the disconnecting participant it takes a loss. We have 2 clauses in place. One is the gimmick clause, where if any competitor chooses to utilize a gimmick, that being Mega Evolution, Terrestrialization, or a Z move, they can only use 1 per battle. This means that they cannot Mega Evolve a Pokemon and then Terrestrialize another in the same battle. Likewise, they can't Mega Evolve 2 Pokemon in the same battle, and so on and so on. We also have the sleep clause. Sleep clause states that any contestant cannot put more than 1 of their opponent's Pokemon to sleep at any given point. If the sleeping Pokemon wakes up or faints, they can only then put another Pokemon to sleep. And for those who have heard of Terra Captains, for specifically Terrestrialization, there are no Terra Captains. If a participant decides to Terrestrialize 1 Pokemon during 1 battle, they are not forced to only Terrestrialize that Pokemon for the rest of their matches. They can switch it up as they see fit. But those are the rules of the battles today. But for starters, what I'm going to show you guys is everybody's team. How lenient are the disconnect rules? Showdown lets you jump right back in if your internet drops briefly, but would that decision come after the disconnect or time runs out? Okay, that's an excellent question. The decision would come after the disconnect timer runs out. If Showdown allows the contestant to come back in, it is not considered a full disconnect. Only if the disconnect, excuse me, only if the disconnect actually hits the run out timer. Will that be that? So, yeah, we're going to be showing everybody's teams. We're not going to be showing their abilities. We're not showing their movesets. We're not showing their items. Just what Pokemon each competitor has. So, first up, we have Abracadabra. We will just be calling him Abra. So, Abra's team looks a little something like this. Does it have to stay 1 type? Nope. This is just this is what Abra decided to do, and he has gone with a mono fighting type, where he's got Hitmonchan, Hawlucha, Infernape, Machamp, Toxicroak, and Medicham. The nicknames of which are Ippo, the Hitmonchan, El Santo, the Hawlucha, Ricky Steamboat, the Infernape, Randy Savage, the Machamp, the great, I don't know how to say this, Muda, the Toxicroak, and Asuka, the Medicham. The Medicham is shiny, so that's fun. I'm very curious to see what Abra pulls out with this, especially with a mono fighting team. I've never really watched mono teams do their work, so let's see what happens, shall we? His team name is the Pokemon Wrestling Association. And his theme were Pokemon that you would find in professional I promise I'll be able to speak more later. The theme is Pokemon you would see in professional wrestling. The next team is that of Eric, or generic Skybox. His team consists of Hisuian Zoroark, Hisuian Samurott, Aegislash, Haxorus, one of my personal favorites, Kleavor, and Bisharp. His team name is Ow the Edge, and his theme is Pokemon that are related to knives/blades. I love this one. The Hisuian Samurott is Claymore, Gladius, the Aegislash, Zyphoid or Zyphoid, I don't exactly know how to pronounce that one, the Zoroark, Labrise, oh boy, I should have checked this one, the Haxorus, Halberd, Kleavor, and Karambit the Bisharp. But next up on the list is Xoronis. Xoronis brings to the squad Meowscarada, Ceruledge, Salamence, Rotom Wash, Kleavor again, and a Blaziken. No nicknames on Xoronis' team to my knowledge, unless he changed those and I don't remember. But his team name is Power Level 8,999. And next we have Nick, Monotone Excitement, who is bringing a Mr. Rhyme, Cinderace, Morgrem, Lopunny, why am I having a brain fart on who this guy is? Toxtricity, thank God, and Serena. The nicknames of which are Walmart, the Mr. Rhyme, Sport Check, the Cinderace, Guitar Center, the Toxtricity. Oh, thank you, Tall David. Thanks for the reminder. Hot Topic, the Morgrem, Lululemon, the Lopunny, and Claire's Serena, with the team theme being retail workers and the team name being 9 to 5. Thank you, Tall David. I'm so glad that you love Blockbuster. Next up, we have Jetman J, good old J, with his wonderful team consisting of Flaffy, Snorlax, Poltegeist, Hypno, Musharna, and Komala. The Flaffy is Count Sleep, Chamomile, the Poltegeist, the Dreamer, Musharna, the Napper, Snorlax, Miss Therapy, Hypno, and Power Nap Komala, with his team theme being Pokemon who like to take naps, or just Pokemon related to sleep. And his team name is It's Fucking Nap Time. Next, we have the smallest Waffle, and her team is the Hisuian Samurott, Whimsicott, Sylveon, Noivern, Slitherwing, and Reverum. Anacrocision, the Samurott, the Floof, Whimsicott, Grand Mothra, Slitherwing, Transagenda, Sylveon, hell yeah, Noise Complaint, Noivern, and Crankshaft, Reverum. If anybody has seen Waffle fight in previous competitions, you would know that she will always bring Transagenda the Sylveon, and it's good to see her back. Next up, we have Masteq. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't say Waffle's team name. Team Awesome Superstars, or as I'm calling them, Team Ass. Because it just worked out that way. Waffle, I don't know if you did that on purpose. but I noticed it. That was intentional? Oh, thank God. Okay. Now, next up, we have Masteq with a Ceruledge, Slowbro, Zoroark, Hisuian, Gallade, Excavalier, excuse me, and Lycanroc Midnight. His before I tell you the nicknames, I want you to know Masteq's team name is My Reddit Karma is 5000, with the theme of Pokemon you would find on Reddit. The Ceruledge nickname is XX Dark Angle _ 420 XX. Slowbro is r/the Red Pill Mod. Hisuian Zoroark is Enlightened _ Atheist 91. Gallade is Milady X69X. Escavalier is White _ Knight 1999. And Lycanroc is Alpha Wolf Gamer. Sorry, I gotta pull myself together. And last but certainly not least, hopefully she can join us today, but if not, that's okay. Katie, the fandom girl, who did submit a team, so hopefully she can make it today. Katie opted not to do a theme. She just wanted to pick the Pokemon that were her favorite. And we absolutely appreciate that. And personally, I think this is excellent taste. We have the Masquerada, Tinkaton, Aegislash, Delphox, Azumarill, and Clodsire, with the nicknames being Kitty for Masquerada, Queen Bonk for Tinkaton, Dark Souls for Aegislash, Vixen for Delphox, Mal for Azumarill, and The Boy for Clodsire. And that is every competitor that we have today, folks. I really like this team. Oh, and I'm sorry. Katie's team name is Katie and the squad. So why is a tournament called the Tall David Tournament? Well, you may want me to answer that. Tall David was one of Nick's team members when he was a competitor on another tournament that I was a co-host for. And Nick ended up taking the win with his team Noodle Dinner. Excuse me, with Tall David the Orthworm being the ace. It was beautiful. And that has lived on in my memory for, I think it's been a year now, or almost a year, since that event. So in the memory of Tall David, that is why we have this tournament here today. So there will be breaks, longer breaks in between certain rounds and what have you. And there will be about 5 minutes in between each battle where everybody can get set up and we can get ready for the next go round, and where I may have the opportunity to do a little bit of a post-match analysis if I have the time and everything goes smoothly. But that is pretty much the plan today. Having gained fame from the tournament, Tall David then earned a Blockbuster sponsorship. Yeah, that's how he got noticed. Through winning that tournament, did Blockbuster actually pick up Tall David to be their mascot and quote, improve their image. Don't know what that means, but hey, they wanted us to improve their image. Tall David saved Blockbuster. Incredible. But first, the first round is going to be Eric and Abra. Then next will be Xoronis and Nick. Then Jay and Waffle. And then Masteq and Katie. All right, and here we go with Eric leading with Samurott and Abra leading with Metachan. I have no fucking idea what to expect. Isn't this great commentary? Eric leads with a Ceaseless Edge to put spikes on the ground, and Abra hits with a Grassy Knot. I wonder if Abra is going to switch out. Ooh, no, but Eric hits with misses the Ceaseless Edge, and Abra forgets that dark types are immune to Psychic. Another Ceaseless Edge goes off in a second layer of spikes. Up next comes Ricky Steamboat. An interesting matchup for for Abra here, with fire against water. Wonder what... Ooh, Power-Up Punch. A Power-Up Punch Infernape. Oh, but it doesn't stick around long enough to see it pay off. 2 down for Abra. Who's coming out next? Randy Savage the Machamp. Hello, Randy. Eric, I think, might probably stay out, get off some damage on Randy Savage, and then sack Claymore. He terrestrializes Swords Dance. Ooh! I didn't fucking expect that at all. Terra Ghost. Wow. What a fucking move. Gambling on the fighting versus... Yeah, that was a gamble. That was a gamble and a half. What an absolute read. Now, I wonder, does Abra have anything that can hit Ghost? Well, I guess it doesn't matter with a crit. Crit Water Cutter from Claymore. Holy shit. That was a read. I wonder if the crit mattered. I don't know. With a ×2, it wasn't stab anymore. So very possibly the crit could have mattered. Oh, and El Santo was faster, knocking out that monster of a Samurott. Up next is Halberd. I have no idea what's going to happen next. I can't even make a guess. Probably a fighting type move, unless El Santo is banded into dual wing beat, which then might lead Abra to have to switch. No, he's got a high jump kick though, and he lands it. Another crit! A second crit from Eric. Holy shit. Crit Stone Edge. That probably still would have killed without the crit, but still, incredible that it was a second crit. The Mach Punch doesn't kill. Another crit! Holy shit! Holy shit! Another crit from Halberd. 3 crits in a goddamn row. And there's the Bullet Punch from the Great Muda. That was just awesome. Now here comes Gladius. Shadow Claw does not do probably as much as Abra would have hoped, and here comes the substitute. I think we're gonna have to call this one in, folks. Well, I mean, he could break the sub, but we don't know what Aegislash is going to do. Potentially a switch? Oh, a Toxic! Ooh, interesting. And over till the bell rings, I guess, yeah. Abra hasn't used his terrestrialization, but it doesn't seem to matter. With that last Earthquake, Abra goes down, and Eric wins the first round. Good fucking round. Very honest to God, all of those crits, I think at least one of them mattered at minimum. Well fucking done, both of you. Abra gets moved down to the drop-down bracket, and Eric goes on to the semifinals. Goddamn fan-fucking-tastic. We got team 9 to 5 and power level 8,999. All right. Begin, gentlemen. Kill each other. Here we go. All right, so out comes Hot Topic and Cleavor. If I know Morgrim, if I know Grimmsnarl, I'm willing to bet screens. At least. And at least from Cleavor, I'm guessing maybe a Stone Axe to set up rocks. That's my guess. That's my guess on turn 1. Yep, there's a screen. No, an X Scissor. I was 50% correct. Nick goes with the parting shot, dropping Cleavor's attack stats, and goes out into Lululemon. And now out comes the Stone Axe, and there are the stones now on Nick's side of the field. Now, Lululemon is a potential Mega, because Lopunny does get a Mega Evolution. Ah! I was correct. And they're... Wow! The Cleavor survived a close combat from Mega Lopunny. That's insane. That's genuinely insane. That must be a very defensive mon that I'm not aware of. And Xoronis has set up the Tailwind. Tailwind meaning that all mons on Xoronis' side of the field will have a speed boost for the next 3 turns. And out comes Salamence. Facade doing nearly 50% of Salamence's health. Now, Salamence may also be a Mega Evolution option. But instead, Xoronis goes with a Z move, Supersonic Side Strike, taking out the Serena in one go. And Salamence, I almost missed that. Salamence gets a Moxie boost. So both competitors have used both of their gimmicks. Xoronis setting up a Dragon Dance. Oh, but Nick taking it out with a foul play. Oop, I'm dropping shit all over the place. I'm so excited. Can I see? Oh yeah, it does show me possible abilities. Excellent. There is that possibility of Prankster from Hot Topic the Morgrim, as it did outspeed a Dragon Dance Salamence, so that is more than likely possible. But I don't believe... Wait, actually, no. He used Foul Play to outdo. Maybe I just got my wires crossed suddenly. Then I don't know what his ability is. Oh, oh, wait, that's right. Flower Trick always crits. Never mind, then. Well, Meowscarada takes out Hot Topic. Out comes Lululemon again. Fighting type against a dark. This, well, no, not anymore. The Meowscarada is grass thanks to Protean switching its type. So it has lost the dark typing. It is no longer completely weak, but there is a U-turn in Meowscarada's future, and it survives a hit from Megalophony. I'm genuinely surprised at how well Xoronis' Mons are surviving these hits from that Mega. Walmart, though, taking a massive hit and outsped entirely by Meowscarada. Comes Lululemon again, a probable U-turn in Meowscarada's future. Now, does Xoronis do a switch? He does. And Nick made the read. He didn't go for the U-turn. He went for the facade. Out comes Cerulege. Now, if I'm not mistaken, which we can check, yes, the the ability of Lululemon as a Mega is Scrappy, which means that I believe Fighting type and Normal type moves can hit Ghost types. But out comes Sport Check. Libero Dark. Sucker Punch. Very nice. Good read by Nick. But now Nick is put into a corner as Sport Check is weak to Blaziken, but he does have Libero. Depending on if he is faster... Never mind, you know what's happening? That's a speed boosting Blaziken right there, where Nick is no longer faster. Probably. Unless for some reason this Cinderace is an absolute godspeed of a Pokemon that I'm not aware of. Oh, Nick's thinking. Oh, he's really thinking now. Oh, but he goes down to the Flare Blitz. Oh, and it looks like Blaziken has Life Orb, as it took that extra damage after after Flare Blitz. Now, what is Guitar Center going to do? God, I love Guitar Center. Oh, the switch out into the Meowscarada does not tank the Overdrive. The Meowscarada goes down. Guitar Center tanks a goddamn Hydro Pump from Rotom, but dishes it right back. And Xoronis hits the Hydro Pump. It all comes down now to Lululemon. Can she pull it out? Can she get the win? I don't fucking know. Ooh, barely hanging on. Oh, wow. This is going to be a very close fight. This is going to be a very, very close fight. Blaziken will most likely protect to get the speed boost. Or not. A close call. Oh, Nick wins! He pulls it out! Wow! Holy shit! What a fucking fight! What a goddamn match that was! Congratulations to Nick. Xoronis, you put up one fucking hell of a fight. I am so surprised that the Lopunny actually knocked out the Blaziken. Oh, I'm downloading that replay as well. Good job, competitors. Jay tosses out the Dreamer first. Thank you, Tall David.
I love Blockbuster.
I'm so glad, Tall David. And Waffle tosses out the Hisuian Samurott. Ooh, the Dreamer barely holds on and sets up a Trick Room. This is a Trick Room team. Whoa! Very surprised that the Dreamer held on against that Energy Ball. Or against the Aqua Jet. What am I talking about? The Dreamer tossed out an Energy Ball, which nearly took out Samurott. 2 whole fucking percent. Out comes Power Nap. Landing on some spikes, but that's okay. Trick Room is still up and will be for a little while longer. Jay gets rid of... Oh, he gets rid of the spikes and Waffle misses the next Ceaseless Edge. No spikes on the field, and Jay should outspeed at this point Hisui and Samurott unless Waffle does Aqua Jet, which she does not, and down it goes with Brick Break. Trick Room is down. We're back to an even keel. Where does Waffle? And she has to pick who is the potential destroyer of Power Nap. Seems Grand Mothra is going to be the one to do it today. We'll see what Jay chooses to do. Either stay in or switch out into potentially better Mon to handle this situation. But I don't believe there's that option. Oh! Waffle went for Morning Sun expecting potentially damage to be dealt before the Morning Sun went off. I'm not exactly sure. In comes the Leech Life, which is resisted by Chamomile. Leech Life once more. Grand Mothra is back to 100%. But gets Cursed Bodied by Chamomile, which means that it can no longer use Leech Life, and Jay lands the Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp adding burn, which means damage over time, but also reducing the attack stat of Grand Mothra. Ooh, the Hex almost taking down Grand Mothra. Jay hits the Hex one more time, and Grand Mothra goes down. I am so surprised also that Chamomile survived that Flare Blitz. That little teapot, you go. Out comes Noise Complaint. Most likely... Whoa! 1%! 1% from Chamomile! Chamomile holds on for dear fucking life! Holy shit! That was goddamn impressive! Holy fuck! But now Waffle's in a tough position. Does she think that Jay's going to do a Will-O-Wisp or an attacking move? And out comes the Will-O-Wisp. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Whimsicott is a special attacker, so this may not be effective to reduce the attack stat, but it is chip damage. Out comes Miss Therapy. And the Floof does a substitute. Oh, Jay tried to do switcheroo to switch to give a flame orb, it seems like, to Whimsicott. Oh, and there goes the encore. No damage can be dealt, and Miss Therapy is left to stay out there and either continue to switcheroo until encore is over, or Jay switches out. Out comes the Napper. What does Jay do here? Oh, a Leech Seed goes out. Body Slam hits. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Jay tries for the Yawn. Potentially not remembering that the burn prevents the Floof from being put to sleep. It's encored again. Jay switches out into Power Nap. No more Leech Seed for the Floof. Encore again. Brick Break does damage. Doesn't even break the sub on the second hit. That's insane. So, for those who need to know, the move has to deal 25% of the Pokemon's HP to break the substitute. So more than likely, I'd be willing to guess, the next hit will break that sub. And super effective, Terra Ice from Count Sleep using Hidden Power Ice. What a fucking move. There goes the substitute again. Hidden Power Ice, super effective. There goes the Leech Seed, the burn again. I think Jay might win this this War of Attrition, potentially, if the Hidden Power goes off and hits enough, but it doesn't seem so. I might be very wrong. The Floof may be able to stall this one out. Volt Switch doesn't break the sub. I think what Jay needs is a miss on that Leech Seed, so he gets a chance to do something. Those Leech Seeds are hell for him. Now be mindful, the crew only has I'm giving them 3 more minutes until the 10-minute timer. Because we do have a 10-minute battle timer on all battles. Now, what does the Floof do? Another substitute? Or does it tank the signal beam? Jay using metronome now from Miss Therapy. Miss Therapy, I believe, goes down now. Yep, there goes Miss Therapy. This Whimsicott is Jay's bane. Metronome family pull through. It's a gamble, but boy howdy do we love the fucking gamble. Another landed Leech Seed. Oh, critical hit, play rough. So now we know Power Nap's full moveset. And there goes Power Nap. We have 1 more minute until battle timer end, and by the looks of it, it seems like Jay is going to be the one to lose this round. Oh, switched out. Interesting. Out came Crankshaft, and in 1 moment, I'm watching the clock, and with that, we have hit time. Battle timer ended. I'm not mistaken. Am I wrong? Nope, I'm not wrong. It's exactly on the mark. With that, Waffle takes the win against Jay. Waffle moves on to the next round. Jay drops down into the drop-down bracket. Good job, both of you. Jay, you held on fantastically. So, it looks as though Katie is not going to be able to make it, sadly. So, what we are going to do is we are going to go right into the drop-down. But for now, what's going to happen is we are going to set up a battle between Abra and Jay. So, Abra and Jay, if you guys could get yourselves set up ASAP, please and thank you. We will we'll get everything rolling. Thank you. All right, gang. So let's make the ready check. We begin drop down 1. All right, Jay's ready. Abra's ready. Kill each other. Go crazy. I'm willing to bet that Jay's probably going to lead with his Musharna again, and I'm willing to bet that probably Abra's going to start with, I was going to say Hitmonchan, so I was completely wrong. Potentially Randy Savage cannot hit Dreamer, but that's assuming that he doesn't have a Dark type move, which he apparently does. And out comes the Trick Room. So now we know Randy Savage has Darkest Lariat. Tanks a Psychic, hits again with the Darkest Lariat, and takes out the Dreamer. Not bad. What does Jay go out to next? He does have a good option in Miss Therapy, which here she comes to save the day. I wonder if Jay's gonna do what he did last time. Wink, wink. Oh, he went for the Psychic Noise. Doesn't get the switcheroo, but does take the burn from the Flame Orb. Psychic Noise 1 more time, takes out Randy Savage, which I'm surprised it didn't take out Randy Savage before, but potentially Randy Savage had an Assault Vest, which does increase special defenses. So that's a very high possibility, because it did tank a Psychic pretty darn well. Miss Therapy does survive a Bullet Punch and switcheroos the Flame Orb onto Great Muda, taking the Power Herb. Interesting. Bullet Punch takes out Miss Therapy. Out comes Chamomile. Which, fairly certain. Oh, never mind. Okay, Toxic. But Hex takes out the Great Muda in one fucking go. But that does put Chamomile on a timer, which I think is probably the best thing for Abra at this point, because he may not have a hell of a lot of things that can hit Chamomile super effectively, especially if he doesn't have another Dark-type move. Oh, misses the Zen Headbutt. Gets Will-O-Wisped. That's unfortunate. I think I see a Hex in Abra's future. Oh, they're deciding. Oh, they're thinking about it. Oh, they're thinking. Psycho Cut does hit. There goes the Hex, and down goes a Sucka. That Chamomile is a monster if given the opportunity to Hex anything with a status effect. Hippo comes out. Will Jay risk another Will-O-Wisp, or will he just go for damage? Truthfully, I don't even remember what Hippo had. Goes for Poison Jab, doesn't take out Chamomile. Chamomile, though, does go down to the Toxic. I think that just saved Abra, truthfully. Out comes Count Sleep, who will absolutely be outsped by Hippo. There is no doubt in my mind. Yep, there goes the Drain Punch. Gets a little bit of HP back, which may or may not have made a huge difference. What will Jay do next? Gets hit by another Drain Punch. Hippo, Hippo gets staticked. Count Sleep puts up a Reflect. Interesting. Oh, but it goes away with the Brick Break. It didn't even matter. Wow. All right, out comes Power Nap. Now, this does put Jay in a bit of a problem because never mind, he Terra Fairy'd. He now resists all fighting type moves. Holy shit. And there goes Hippo. What a good call by Jay. Stab Play Rough as well. Power Nap, I think, is going to be his saving grace, because if Power Nap goes down, all that's left is Snorlax, and he can no longer Terra, and he has no more gimmicks left, which I think is going to put him at a massive disadvantage and probably a loss. Oh, Ricky Steamboat survives! I think at this point, Power Nap does go down. Not if Abra goes for a Power Up Punch and doesn't kill. That was a gamble. That was a huge gamble. But this does leave El Santo available to take out Power Nap, which he does. Now, all that is left is a 1v1 between the Napper and El Santo. Landed high jump kick from Abra, seals the deal, leaving Jay with the loss. Good fucking fight, both of you. This was just like Chip and Potemkin. Well fucking done. That was a very good battle. That was very, very close. If Abra had missed that high jump kick, that would have been devastating for Abra, leaving Jay open to do some serious fucking damage, even potentially taking the win. Well fucking done, both of you. Good shit. There we go. Alright, Nick leads with Guitar Center, and Masteq leads with White Knight. God, that will never not be funny to me. I don't know if White Knight has any ability to have hazards, but what I do know is that Guitar Center hits like a goddamn truck. You know, maybe I was wrong. Maybe he doesn't have as much of a truck as I thought. Now here's a question. Does Nick go out into Cinderace? I was right, I called it. Oh, White Knight misses a Drill Run. I don't know what the accuracy is on that, but that's just fucking unlucky. That would have hurt. Masteq did make the call, though, that or maybe even if he didn't make the call of the switch in, Drill Run was a good coverage move. Sport Check tosses a Pyro Ball at the Red Pill mod. Sport Check U-turns out of there, doing super effective damage. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Slowbro also has a Mega, so this is a potential. I do not know, well, as is Gallade, so there are two Mega potentials, and Z-Move or anything would be completely possible here as well. Ooh, the switch back into White Knight gets knocked off. There goes the assault vest. You turn back out. Oh, but Masteq had pursuit. Oh, you tricky little bastard. What is Nick left to do? Brings back out Guitar Center. Fully knowing, too, that White Knight has Drill Run. That's interesting. I wonder if Nick thinks that he can kill. Which I guess he does with Overdrive, absolutely. Who does Masteq bring out? Potentially. This would be really funny if he sent out the Illusionmon, but who knows? Here comes Milady 69, the Glade. A nice switch to Omega. So there is Masteq's gimmick then, it seems. Mega Glade. Good pick. Now, Hot Topic does potentially have... That's definitely Prankster. That is 100% Prankster because there's no way Morgrim is faster than Mega Glade, which takes a foul play after a missed triple axle. That's not good. There goes a Drain Punch, get a little bit of health back, just enough to get out of the red. That was a significant miss for Nick. Out comes Lululemon, which we already know is a Mega in kind. But Nick may choose not to use that. He may be waiting for a Terra. Never mind, he does the Mega. And there is a Mega boosted Fake Out, and down goes Mega Glade from Masteq. Who does Masteq bring out next? The Red Pill mod. Back at it again. U-turn super effective, but does tank it pretty well. Oh, Red Pill has a Rocky helmet. Scald. Ah, Masteq's hoping for burns. Burns to reduce the attack stat. I don't blame him. I would too. Stays in, gets knocked off. There goes the Rocky helmet, but not before dealing damage. Oh, Masteq with the slack off. Oh, that was a bit of a gamble, I think. But goes down to Power Whip either way. But that did give him a chance because Power Whip is not that accurate. I think it's only about 90% accurate. Out comes Alpha Wolf Gamer, which is an interesting switch against a... I was gonna say I don't think that Pokemon knows that move. But that's an unfortunate miss. Masteq missing two hypercritical moves. Triple Axle and a Focus Blast. Focus Blast, I would never trust personally. That move scares the fuck out of me. Bitter Blade from Dark Angle. Oh, didn't go for an attacking move. Sucker Punch from Sport Checks fails. Oh, Masteq is being bold, and I don't blame him. I don't fucking blame him. Weak armor, speed increase. Oh, I think Nick should be a little scared now. Personally, I think he should be a little scared. Oh my god, Masteq went for another Swords Dance. Holy shit. Oh no. Oh no. Bitter Blade, wow, eliminates Lululemon. I mean, a ×3 attack from Surlage, yeah. Oh no, Nick better hope that Sucker Punch kills. Otherwise, I think Nick loses if he doesn't manage to kill. Oh, Dark Angle had a Focus Sash. He doesn't die. Oh, Nick loses here, I think. I think this is a complete loss. I wasn't expecting Surlage to have a fucking Focus Band. Holy shit, Masteq. Wow! And with that, Masteq pulls out a win! Wow! Eric leads with Claymore, and we see the trans agenda, I think for the first time today. Why is there no music? There we go. Now there's music. I was wondering where the hell that went. My vote is that Eric's going to have to go for a ceaseless edge to try to get those spikes down. Oh, never mind. He does an immediate switch. Transagenda misses a hyper beam? What? I didn't know hyper beam wasn't 100% accurate. That's terrifying. Eric pulls out the substitute. Hyper voice does go behind the substitute, though. Eric is afraid of having the Transagenda stay in this battle for too long, tossing a toxic its way. So I am seeing Square saying ghost, not accuracy, right? Well, there is a potential, which I believe Sylveon does have the potential for Pixelate, which would make all normal type moves fairy. So there is that possibility. Eric uses King Shield, and again with Hyper Voice. Wait, no, it would have to be Pixelate because Hyper Voice is a normal type move, so it would not affect Gladius otherwise. So this is absolutely a Pixelate Sylveon. Well, these guys are they're both taking a lot of time to decide, but we do see Crankshaft come in, a failure of King Shield. It seems that Crankshaft has an air balloon, preventing it from being hit by ground type moves for the time being. Now, we've only seen Substitute, Toxic, and King Shield from Gladius. We don't know what attacking moves it potentially has, but Toxic is not going to work on Crankshaft, specifically because I believe poison types can't be poisoned, and neither can Steel unless you have the ability Corrosive. Well, we see the switch into Karambit. Ooh, a Shift Gear from Crankshaft. I mean, smart move. I think Waffle called it. The Aegis Slash could do nothing to her. Well, we've only seen Shift Gear. I wonder... Oh, a high horsepower from Crankshaft and a low sweep from Karambit. Lowering the speed, the balloon is now popped, which doesn't leave it vulnerable to ground moves. We don't know if Eric has any of those in the back, but it's possible. But another high horsepower takes out Karambit. This Reverum is a bit of a monster. Here comes Labris. I don't know how to say it. I'm just going to say Haxorus for now. Now, I have seen... Ooh, an Iron Head. Oh, and the flinch. Oh, that's rough. I believe Iron Head only has a 10% chance of flinch. Maybe it's a little bit higher. It might be 30% chance. But with two Iron Heads, the Haxorus goes down. Holy shit. That was rough. Comes Halberd, getting hit with another Iron Head, goes down in one go. I think it's Labris. Good to know. Thank you. Back out with the Samurott. Now, water, if I'm not mistaken, does resist steel, but goes for another Shift Gear. That is bold. That was very, very bold. Gets smacked by Claymore. Iron Head does... Oh, yeah, Iron Head does not kill, but gets another flinch. Oh, that is unfortunate. Those flinches mattered. They absolutely mattered. 100,000%. High horsepower. Oh, takes out the illusion. the illusions Zoroark. Oh, wow, incredible. What a battle. Good job, Waffle. Congrats on the win. Eric, you held out as long as you could. That Reverum is a fucking monster. Truly, I'm gonna say, I don't think Eric could have done anything different. Truly. He got flinched at two worst times. He didn't get the chance to even use Haxorus, who I have seen run Earthquake before. I have a Haxorus myself that I run with Earthquake. So an Earthquake would have, I think, decimated Crankshaft if given the opportunity to land, but that Iron Head flinch absolutely ruined it. I don't think Eric could have done anything different. But good fucking fight, both of you. All right. Ready check has begun. Go at it. Kill one another. Eric leads with Samurott again versus Ceruledge. This does put Xoronis in an interesting spot, but doesn't seem to matter as he goes for a Swords Dance, and also, like Masteq, has a sash on his Ceruledge. Bold move. With the weak armor, he does most likely outspeed Samurott, which I don't recall if we had seen at... Oh, wait a minute! I didn't see that Eric had a sash on his on his Samurott either. Holy shit! Did we see that before and I just forgot? I probably just forgot. Fucking incredible, though. Wow. So that is enough to take...
Blockbuster.
Thank you.
I love Blockbuster.
Thank you, Tall David. Needed that reminder today. Yeah, wow. Excuse me, but it seems that Cleavor also has heavy-duty boots. This wasn't affected by the spikes. But Samurott put in the work to take out that sweeper Ceruledge. Excuse me. Now, if my hunch is right, I think Xoronis is in an interesting position. As I was correct, Haxorus does have Earthquake, but it does mean Cleavor gets a chance to set up Tailwind. Now, Xoronis does have a switch in, but he decides not to use it. Eric was predicting the Salamence to come in and didn't want to risk an Earthquake. I respect that. I absolutely respect that. As if Eric was going to do Earthquake, Salamence is the switch in as it is flying type. But Salamence now most definitely outspeeds Haxorus. There's no feasible way in my brain. So I think Eric is probably going to let the Haxorus go down. And he's probably plotting which Mon to bring out next. Yep. But Salamence does get the Moxie boost, though, from dropping Haxorus. Which is unfortunate for Eric. Oh! But Terra Fairies! I wonder if he'll survive. He does not. There's another Moxie boost for Salamence. This does make it very dangerous for Eric. That was a good move, though, I must say. Outrage takes out another Moxie boost. Out comes Gladius. Now, will Eric try to go for the substitute, or will he do King's Shield? Goes for Shadow Ball. Excuse me? No! It was the fucking Zoroark again. He keeps getting me with this shit. Goddamn Zoroark. Gladius does survive an Outrage, which is very surprising to me. King's Shield to protect. Salamence uses the Earthquake, but takes a little bit more damage. I believe at this point Eric is out, but... Oh, never mind. Oh, well. No, I think I keep speaking too soon for these people. Holy shit. I think Eric's only option is to Toxic and wait. Knock off Protean. Never mind. I think the sub fades. Toxic goes out. King's Shield more than likely. Potentially into a loop. Yep, King's Shield. Knock off Protect. Knock off, and there goes Gladius, and there goes Eric. Eric, well fucking fought, buddy. That was an excellent first kill on that Ceruledge, though, preventing an early sweep. Good job, both of you. Xoronis, excellent as usual. All right. Excuse me, Nick leads with Walmart, and Abra leads with Ippo. I have no idea what Walmart's moveset is. We didn't get to really see what Walmart's capable of doing. I'm gonna assume maybe screens. Never mind, a future sight. That's interesting. Also tanks a Mach Punch very well. Has Slack off. Oh, that's funny. I was just waiting for that future sight to come in, aren't you? Freeze Dry, a crit hit Freeze Dry with super effective taking out Ippo. My guess is that Randy Savage, the Machamp, comes in to take out Walmart. That's my guess. Maybe. Or potentially Metacham. Probably Metacham. Probably Metacham. I was wrong on all fronts yet again. Shit. Well, I think there's a fire move in Walmart's future. I think we're burning down Walmart finally. Out comes Cinderace, and a Blaze Kick is resisted. U-turn is resisted as well. Probably guessing a I'd be willing to bet Nick's thinking of a fighting type move. Power up punch. I wonder if this is going to pay off for Abra this time. He did get, this is, I think, the first time where he's not in a horrible spot where a power up punch has worked in his favor. But he does land a massive fire blast, hitting Hot Topic very hard. Now all that it takes is probably a Mach punch to take him out. Truly wasn't expecting a fire blast from Ricky Steamboat, I'm going to be real. Good call by Abra, though. And there goes Hot Topic, never to be seen again. Out comes Lopunny. Probably going to Terra at this very moment. Oh, out comes Randy Savage to tank a fake out. I truthfully don't remember all the moves that Lululemon has here. U-turn out again. Nick's team is very pivot friendly, I would say. Body slam, crit, body slam takes out Walmart.
Sponsored by Blockbuster.
Thank you, Tall David. I'm so glad, Tall David. That crit may have mattered with the reflect up and what have you. That may have mattered. But here's Guitar Center, who, as far as I'm concerned, hits very specially. Out comes El Santo. Oh, to be wiped out in one go by an overdrive. Leaving, I think, both of them in an interesting position because they're both poison type. Bullet punch, heavily resisted. Overdrive. Oh, crit hit overdrive takes out the Great Muda. We've seen so many crits. We've seen so many 90% accuracy move misses. It's terrible. Out comes a sucker. There's still 2 turns left on the reflect. Out comes Claire. Gets hit with a Psycho Cut. Resisted pretty well. Tanks a Zen Headbutt. Dishes back a one-hit kill Power Whip. That wasn't even a crit. That was just a very strong move. Back out with Randy Savage. Another Power Whip to take down Randy Savage. Now, this does leave Ricky Steamboat, who has put in work so far. I think he's very hard-pressed to pull it out and actually win this fight, but anything's possible. Down goes Claire. Back out with Lululemon, who's probably just going to fake out. No, goes for a close combat to seal the deal. And with that, Nick takes the win. Abra loses, but a still well-fought battle. Good job. Ow. Fuck my knee to both competitors. So between Masteq and Waffle next, whoever wins goes on to finals, right? Oh god, I don't know my brackets, but it should be finals. And then between Xoronis and Nick, whoever wins that will then face off against the winner between, or the loser, excuse me, between Masteq and Waffle. All right, let's do a nice little ready check. Ready, Brady, kill. I think we're gonna see a Sarilege lead from Masteq, and I think, call me crazy, I think we're gonna see either a Samurott lead from Waffle or a Crankshaft. I was right with Waffle, I was wrong with Masteq. Well, we'll definitely see a Ceaseless Edge from Waffle. I don't doubt that in the fucking slightest. If it hits, of course. We've seen that miss plenty of times so far tonight. A hit Focus Blast from White Knight. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that hit, but a good hit though nonetheless. That's huge for Masteq. Out comes Grand Mothra. Now I believe fighting type moves hit Escavalier, the White Knight, neutrally, but it is still scary coming from a Slitherwing. Ah, and he switches out. A Flare Blitz from Grand Mothra. Interesting. Okay. Excuse me. I also see that the Red Pill has Rocky Helmet. I don't know if I noticed that last time. So no option for a Mega. I guess Masteq's only Mega is Gallade. Which they could, as part of the rules, they could bring 2 Megas, but they could only Mega 1 time during this match. So they could have had options if they so chose. But neither here nor there. Waffle switches out into the Floof. Very scary switch for Masteq. However, he does get off the Psychic Noise, which does prevent healing. Now, that is huge for the Floof, because the Floof, we have seen, is a healing stall with Leech Seed and Giga Drain, and so that pretty much ruins Waffle's plan entirely. The Floof cannot do jack shit right now. Except for Substitute. If I remember correctly. Because they had Substitute, Giga Drain, Leech Seed, and... Fuck, I don't remember what the last move was. But the heal is blocked. Heal block ended. Interesting. Okay. So, doesn't gain any health back, but the Leech Seed still takes damage from Red Pill. Encore. Thank you, Eric. That is the other move that the Floof had. No health is regained by the Floof. But that does put Masteq into an excellent position. If he has a Bug-type move on White Knight and potentially moves before the Floof, he could kill it. No, but the Substitute probably is going to go down. Never mind, he does have Iron Head. Excuse me. How could I forget that? The Floof is also Fairy, weak to Steel-type. So I don't think the Floof stays out here, because it can substitute till dawn, but with... Interesting Encore. Hold on, interesting Encore. I guess Waffle wanted, was willing to sack the Floof. That way, Masteq was forced into an Iron Head against Crankshaft, which would have been resisted. Interesting move. Huh. A Shift Gear, knowing full well that Iron Head was resisted. Balloon Pop, but I don't think that's any concern to Waffle right now. But we do remember that White Knight, I believe, has Drill Run. Okay, the Encore is ended. Now we may see a Ground-type move. Oh, but a Temper Flare takes out the White Knight Escavalier. Yeah, with ×3 speed, there was no way Escavalier was going to outspeed 100%, but just in case there was a miss, a Ground-type move would have been devastating to Crankshaft. But now this puts Waffle in a very good position. A very, very fucking good position. ×2 speed, ×2 attack, with Temper Flare. And we know we've seen high horsepower. And we know we've seen...
Blockbuster.
Oh,
I love Blockbuster.
Thank you, Tall David. We know we've seen a Ground-type move, and we've seen Iron Head. So... all of that is resisted by the Red Pill, who seems, unless this is the illusion, who seems to have Regenerator. It was the illusion. It was the illusion, Mon, which was honestly a good call by Waffle to go Ground Terra just to get that extra stab. That was very good. Fucking illusion, Mons. Here comes Alpha Wolf Gamer, who with a Sucker Punch almost takes down Crankshaft. But so close. Shadow Sneak into Crankshaft from Dark Angle. Good call. Now it is a fully tied game where I believe almost everybody is at the same amount of health as well. I think the only one who has the least amount of health right now is Grand Mothra. And assuming, pardon me, that the Slowbro Red Pill has Regenerator. Now comes Noise Complaint, who does Switcheroo. Oh! So there, wow! Interesting. So Switcheroo switches the Pokemon's held items with each other. So now Noise Complaint has the Focus Sash, and Dark Angle now has Choice Specs, which Dark Angle is not benefiting from this at all because it is a physical attacker. And is now fully locked in to Poltergeist as well. So it cannot choose any other move. Can only do Poltergeist. That, I'm sure, puts a massive wrench in he's gonna be in Masteq's plot. But out comes the trans agenda once again. We love to see her. Now does Masteq? Yeah, I was gonna say I think Masteq just goes for the damage and sacks Dark Angle. Oh, but trans agenda goes for a charm instead, but lives. Interesting. A resisted draining kiss. Poltergeist does miss finally against Grand Mothra. Does put Waffle in a better position, but I'm unsure if Grand Mothra outspeeds Dark Angle. I'm actually not sure. Oh, but Masteq switches out back into the red pill, who definitely does have Regenerator. Look at that. Goes for Leech Life super effectively, along with that that bulk up, which is huge. But does a Scald get a burn? It does not. Scald has a high chance of giving a burn to Mons, so that is unfortunate for Masteq. But another Leech Life takes out the red pill, brings Grand Mothra almost back to where they were when they spawned in. This puts both teams in a very precarious situation. And down goes Grand Mothra from a Bitter Blade. Now comes Trans Agenda to try to pull it out, but cannot, and goes down to a Bitter Blade, leaving Masteq the winner, but Waffle a very well-fought battle. Very, very well done. Good job, both of you. Masteq goes on to the next round, and Waffle is going to be preparing for the next drop-down match. But next up, we have the rematch between Xoronis and Nick, where Nick came out on top before. Oh, the names, thank you. Oh, you were keeping me honest. Thank you. Got it, fix it. Woo! Just in time. Okay, I was wrong on all fronts. Nick leads with Lululemon, and Xoronis leads with his Masquerada. We'll probably see an early Mega Evo right off the bat. Putting Masquerada probably on the back foot. Unless going to Protean for a change of move. Or a change of type based off the move used. Or just a hard switch. Interesting. Well, here comes a scrappy hit. Fake out to the Rotom. Lululemon has I think, the very strong possibility of outspeeding Rotom 100%. But switches out. Oh, avoiding the paralysis. Interesting. Goes out to Claire's. I wonder if Nick was expecting a Volt switch, perhaps. Out to the Cerulege, who takes a U-turn. Weak armor boosted now, which is not great for Nick, but that does mean that the Focus Sash is broken. Out to Hot Topic. Now, this also should scare Xoronis because a foul play may be in his future. Yep, and there it is. And just gets the full health back to gain the Sash again. Man, that speed is very important in Pokemon. Because if Cerulege didn't outspeed, they would have dropped. But judging by the parting shot, I think we can safely assume that Hot Topic has Prankster. Swords Dance. Excuse me. Fucking Cerulege goes down to Sports Check. Rotom comes back out.
Sponsored by Blockbuster.
Thank you. Oh, they're just staring at each other. Oh, a switch, baby. Oh! I think Nick was expecting a Thunder Wave, but a missed Hydro Pump, I think, is just as good. At least for Nick. Bad for Xoronis, though. Out comes Cleavor. Gets knocked off, getting rid of, what is that, the Heavy Duty Boots. Now, Nick is put in a position where he could get super effectively hit. But does not. Instead, the Stone Axe goes off, leaving stones on Nick's side. Well, he did U-turn, so he does risk the bring in the Lopunny, who will absolutely outspeed Cleavor, no doubt in my mind. So is Xoronis going to let Cleavor go down, or is he going to switch? That's fair. That's fair. A fake out was always in the future, without a doubt. But down goes Cleavor. As Xoronis has no switch for this, no matter what. With Scrappy, a ghost type does nothing. Back out to Rotom. Potentially another Thunder Wave. Oh, but a double switch. Ah, the double switch. Indeed. Now, Nick is the one at the complete disadvantage against the Salamence, who we have seen use a flying type Z move, but may not even feel necessary to do that. No, but goes for the Dragon Dance instead. Gets... Interesting. Nick, just trying to get rid of the hazards, uses his Rapid Spin. Does not go down... Claire's does not go down to Salamence's Earthquake, but is fully parried and doesn't get a chance to hit. Putting Nick at another horrible disadvantage. One more Earthquake will take down Claire's, and Nick may or may not keep Claire's alive to prevent, or to tell Xoronis in one or short ways to not try Thunder Wave, as he does have the switch, but he chooses to let Claire's go down. Giving Salamence the Moxie boost as well. Out comes Lopunny again. A critical hit fake out. That is huge for Nick. That, I think, more or less can put Salamence within kill range of, I believe, Facade. Lululemon may not survive a Z move from Salamence. But definitely Hot Topic will not. I think that was Nick's best option, truly. Because losing his Mega to that Salamence is, I think, a death sentence. Oh, the Lopunny comes back. Most likely going to send out another Fake Out, hoping for a crit again. Won't kill, though, for sure. But still, that did a lot of damage, nonetheless. Holy shit. I don't believe Nick is going to outspeed Salamence, and I think he knows that. Oh, but it switches into Outrage. Sacks Walmart. Poor Walmart. Walmart deserved better than that, I guess. Out to Lululemon again, and most likely here comes a Fake Out, killing Salamence. That was Nick's most likely best option. Here comes the Rotom again. Rotom does the Volt Switch. Listen, you think I'm talking about the corporation Walmart? No, that can crash and burn. I'm talking about Mr. Rhyme, the Walmart. He's just a retail worker. He deserves better than that. He deserves higher pay and holidays and thank you, Tall David. You know what? I think that's what's most important. Let's all love Blockbuster instead. You know, we're sponsored by Blockbuster. Surprisingly, though, we have seen this matchup before, and Lululemon did not take out Blaziken this time, though we have seen it before. So the last close combat that must have been tossed out of Blaziken must have been a high roll. A failed double protect. That was a very bold move by Xoronis, but I respect it. If he was going to be able to get the double protect, he could have outsped Lululemon. Guitar Center takes a massive Hydro Pump. And a second one to drop. That is unfortunate. Pretty close matchup now. I wonder if Nick is vying on Hydro Pump missing. No, switching to Masquerada with, oh! Calling out the Sucker Punch. Xoronis, what a goddamn move. I wish Mr. Rhyme could work at Blockbuster. I do too. He would be so much more respected at Blockbuster. Down goes Sports Check. But now Nick is put in an interesting position. The free Fake Out at all given times, understandably so. He most likely outspeeds Masquerada, and that means that Xoronis does not have a good switch. No, he does not. This is getting very close. This is very, very close. I believe potentially a Hydro Pump could kill from this range, especially with the special defense drop. So, with a miss, Nick is safe, and with the close combat, almost brings it home. Oh no! Oh no! Nick has to hope for another missed Hydro Pump. Another missed Hydro Pump! Nick takes the win! Holy shit! Wow! What a fucking end of the match! Xoronis had been hitting Hydro Pumps like crazy most of today. And to miss 2 in the last minutes like that, where I'm pretty sure 1 Hydro Pump would have killed. That is an incredible, incredible match. 2 great matches between Nick and Xoronis. Well done, both of you. Nick moves on. Xoronis goes on to the next drop-down bracket. I'm feeling a Sylveon lead from Waffle. I'm feeling a Serena lead from Nick. Oh, I called it! I called this one! I win! I win this match! I'm the winner! Damn. Go me. So we got the Trans Agenda, good to see her as always, versus Claire's, who Trans Agenda uses Charm, and Claire's hits with a Power Whip, not doing a hell of a lot of damage at all. Got a U-turn. Who is Nick going to go into? The Poison type, classically, understandably. Now, does Waffle switch out? More than likely, because I'm pretty sure we've seen Trans Agenda not have anything that could hit Poison type. Sludge Wave is immune to Crankshaft. I see no reason why Nick wouldn't hit that button, truly. Just in case Trans Agenda did stay out. But that does mean, because Crankshaft is immune, the balloon does not pop. And we'll most likely see... Oh, it's a hard switch, not even a volt switch. A high horsepower to Hot Topic. Are we going to see screens again? I think Nick was expecting a shift gear to then use Foul Play. Parting Shot. Understood. Now this time may be shift gear. Out comes Walmart again. Here's the shift gear. Does mean that Crankshaft is back to neutral in attack stat, which is still good for Nick. Ironhead does not kill Walmart. Oh, but Walmart gets flinched. Oh, you poor bastard. Ironhead again taking out Walmart. Pull Walmart as not again with the flinch. Oh, good lord. This Crankshaft has been hitting those flinches like crazy. Mr. Rhyme, come to Blockbuster. Blockbuster will appreciate you. Blockbuster will love you. Sets up the Reflect. Goes for another shift gear. See, Tall David loves Blockbuster. A Parting Shot again to make neutral. Out comes the Cinderace Sport Check. Another Crankshaft. Another shift gear from Crankshaft, excuse me. Crankshaft now absolutely outspeeds everything on Nick's team. If he doesn't get rid of Crankshaft, I think he's going to be in big fucking trouble.
Blockbuster.
Oh, a Ground Terra, but misses! But a missed high horsepower and a burn from Pyro Ball! Holy shit! Thank you, Tall David. Libero to Dark type, and down goes Crankshaft. Man, what a turn for Nick. That was huge. Would have survived through the Reflect, I think, truly. But either way, a Pyro Ball burn as well is incredible. Out comes Guitar Center once again. Is guaranteed going to be a Sludge Wave heading Waffle's way. Now, what just decides the fact is, who does she switch into? Which is the Hisuian Samurott. Takes it, does not take a second one, though. Now, does Waffle let the Samurott go down? Yes, she does, and down it goes. Out comes Noise Complaint, who we know has Switcheroo and does have choice specs. Now, this may not be in Waffle's favor to do Switcheroo this time, because Guitar Center is hitting specially, and that's only going to boost. But, oh, out comes a Draco Meteor and takes down Guitar Center in one foul swoop. Out comes Morgrim, as expected. A Parting Shot makes that a special attack even lower, so more than likely anything that Nick puts out is going to survive. Sports Check absolutely even takes 2 hits from Noise Complaint. I think Nick now has a free opportunity to either take down Noise Complaint or hit whatever switch is in, which he does. Hits the Pyro Ball against Grand Mothra, which goes down in a single hit. I think Waffle is backed into a corner, but if bringing out Noise Complaint, it will be a full strength Draco Meteor again, but she does know that Nick still has Morgrim, which is fairy and immune to Dragon type. Maybe going for a flying type move, maybe going for Hurricane. I don't think we've seen Hurricane yet. I think we've only seen Draco Meteor and Switcheroo from Noise Complaint so far. Now, I should note that if Noise Complaint does have Infiltrator, it would have gone beyond the Reflect. Like, behind the Reflect. Reflect wouldn't have mattered, so I'm interested. Well, Claire's still takes the Draco Meteor, but does survive a second one. Holy shit! I must say, I'm very surprised. Yeah, there goes the Choice Specs. U-turn does take down Claire's. And we start fresh with a clean switch on both sides. The Floof! The Floof is back! Now Nick gets to decide his counter. He chooses Lululemon. Instant Mega going for a fake out, maybe? No, went for Facade. I'm surprised there wasn't a fake out. But now the Floof can't stay in, at least solidly, unless surviving this Facade, which it does, gets the healing back from Leech Seed. Substitute again. Nick stays in, knocks out the Substitute. I can't even predict what these two are going to be doing, truly. But it does look like the Floof is going to win this battle of attrition, probably. Ooh. Oh, and there goes Lululemon. I was correct, though. The Floof did win that war of attrition. Now, Nick is put in an interesting corner. His Mega is down for the count, which leaves 2 half-health Mons. Power Ball super effective. Now, the Floof is probably going to go down here. It can't substitute. It may try to go for Leech Seed. But either way, it will perish. No, but goes for Encore. Interesting. Very interesting. Are we going to see a switch into Noise Complaint then? As it does resist fire as a Dragon type. Yes, indeed we do. That was a very interesting move. Out into Hot Topic, predicting the Draco Meteor, which was a correct move. That was a clean switch, leaving Hot Topic to stare down Noise Complaint. A light screen goes up. Out comes the trans agenda again. Probably going to see either a parting shot or a reflect. But more than likely a parting shot, I'm going to say. And there's a parting shot. Back out into Sports Check. The Hyper Beam does land, but that does leave Trans Agenda having to recharge next turn, which leaves Nick with a completely free turn to take to dish out damage. That light screen was huge for Nick, being able to get that off. Out comes Noise Complaint. Can't do another Draco Meteor in full confidence. So what will Waffle do? Again, I don't know what other moves this Noise Complaint has. We've seen the U-turn. We've seen Switcheroo, Draco Meteor. I'm assuming there's a flying type move in there somewhere. No, but goes for the Draco Meteor. Being bold. All right, out comes Hot Topic. U-turn does little damage, a foul play, doing more. Unless Waffle has a larger attacking move. Boom Burst! Oh! The Boom Burst left in the back! And Waffle takes the win! Holy shit! That was the first time we've seen that move so far this tournament. I had no idea what Waffle had in the back. I wonder if she was holding that one in reserves. I really gotta wonder. What an incredible fight. That was down to the wire. Good job, both of you. This leaves Waffle going on to face Masteq in the finals. Wow. This is crazy. Holy shit. Wow. This is incredible. Make sure that everybody's all set here. So who we have next, which is the finals, is Masteq and the smallest Waffle going head to head. This is gonna be fucking great. Do you understand how finals work for double elimination? No, probably not. I will tell you in full honesty, probably fucking I don't. If Waffle wins, they have to win again. What? 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 All right. I'm voting a slow bro lead from Masteq with a floof lead from Waffle. That's my vote. I was wrong. Completely. Grand Mothra versus Miladies. I wonder if Masteq is going to just instantly mega. Yes, indeed he does. Psycho Cut super effective against Grand Mothra, who does do the bulk up, which was probably not in Waffle's favor at all, unless for some reason she could outspeed or have priority, which she does not. And down goes Grand Mothra right off the bat. Who does she send in next? Out comes Noise Complaint. Oh, but the switcheroo fails because it's a Mega Stone. Mega Stones do not do not allow to be switcherooed because they are considered used upon Mega Evolution. Oh shit! The team names. Thank you. Holy fuck! Thank you. Problem solved. Thank you. Down goes the floof, but does put a Leech Seed on Milady, which does put him on a timer. Out comes a Trans Agenda, who will be super effective on Miladies. There's a switch down back into White Knight with a Terra Fairy Hyper Beam. Does not do as much as Waffle probably had hoped for. Stays out for the recharge, barely hangs on, but does get a weakness policy boost. What weakness policy does, it is an item that when you are hit super effectively, you gain a bonus, but it doesn't seem like it would be enough. But does survive the X Scissor. Interesting. Doesn't put the Trans Agenda any closer to killing White Knight, and Trans Agenda does go down. Oh, but a switch to Ceruledge, a high horsepower, bringing Dark Angle down to 1 HP. But who now will probably outspeed Crankshaft, and does, knocking him out in one go. Out with the Hisuian Samurott. Oh, a switch to the red pill. A missed Ceaseless Edge. Oh, that move has not been incredibly accurate at all this tournament, which has surprised me greatly. But another Ceaseless Edge, a crit one as well. Scald, no burn. The 10% strikes again. You say it with me, everyone. If it's not 100%, it's 50%. Oh, with Milady. Focus Blast does miss. Hit with a Razor Shell does take down. Oh, it was the Enlightened Atheist. Illusion Mons, goddammit. Fucking Illusion. Son of a bitch. Scavalier taking damage. Hisuian Samurott probably outspeeds, and honestly probably will kill even with a Razor Shell. Indeed it does, and down goes the Scavalier the White Knight. Out with the real Milady. Does a Drain Punch and drops the Hisuian Samurott, which makes Masteq the winner. Woo! Well, congratulations to Masteq. You are the winner of the Tall David first ever tournament. Excellent, excellent fucking job, everybody. You all did absolutely fantastic. I loved every single fight I watched. I am so happy that everybody who could participate was able to. And I hope you all had an excellent time fighting each other. I know this was not a very serious competition, and that's exactly by design. I just wanted this to be for fun because, you know what, I like watching Pokemon battles happen. So, and I like participating in them as well, but, you know, either way. Thank you, everybody, for participating. And for everybody being here in chat as well.